Hi everyone, my name is Junon. I have a health science background, and I'm the author of the book Truth and Empathy: How to Find Your Soulmate. And I'll put a link to the book below. This video is about why intuitive thinkers usually make very good scientists or researchers. I think that most of us have noticed that depending on an individual's personality type, they tend to excel in different fields. And I think it's a good idea to actually dive deeper to understand why based on their brain type. So if we look at intuitive thinkers, so obviously that includes, let's say, ENTJs, INTJs, ENTPs, and INTPs. So this group, what they have in common is, first of all, that they have left brain dominant. So in other words, these are very masculine energies. So these are people who are very logical. When they look at a situation, they tend to look at what makes sense. So in other words, they're not very empathetic. These are people who are most focused on things more than people. So they might have challenges in terms of romantic relationships because they might not understand the emotional context of a situation. But also, I mean, that their strength can be applied in other fields, obviously. So if you look at, let's say, sciences, math, so these are people who probably easily excel at school because of the fact that they're really good at understanding logic. And I think that our school system, especially in North America, actually put math and science on a higher sort of level than, let's say, the social sciences or even the arts. So if you look at this type, is that interesting enough, they might not enjoy school like elementary, high school, because they have not been able to maybe focus on something they really are passionate about. So they like to sort of take, let's say, a project and really focus on what they're really into, or really is a great interest of theirs. And obviously, when you go to elementary or high school, somebody else determines your timetable, and you have to take 8 different subject that is not really something that they are really interested in. So you'll see that when they get into universities, that's when they are able to really focus on projects that really sort of capture their attention. So what you'll see with intuitive thinkers is that they are, and when you look at their brains, only obviously they are left brain dominant, but they have slow alpha brainwaves. So they're slower than the sensors. And the advantage of that is that these are people who are into abstract thought. So they will be interested in ideas, concepts, things that are about the future. And they are not focused on the 5 senses, they're looking at sort of deeper meaning. So these are people like, for instance, Einstein and Newton. They will bring about new information. They are the type of people who are not followers, so they like to go against the grain. They are the type of people who are not afraid of hurting other people's feelings. Let's say if they really believe that what they are saying is true and they've done the research and so forth. And these are individuals usually who don't mind spending a lot of time researching a topic. So they don't need a lot of social interaction compared to, let's say, someone who's more right brain dominant. So in other words, what you'll see with intuitive thinkers is it is that combination of left brain dominance, be able to see beyond the 5 senses, being future oriented. Also, these are people who like a lot of detail, so they don't mind reading a lot. They have a long attention span. So all of this makes them really good when it comes to research, science, math, because they can absorb a lot of data and remember it and connect in a sort of unusual and creative way, so that they bring new ideas to their field. So when you'll see, let's say, Nobel Prize winners when it comes to math and science are most likely intuitive thinkers. And obviously, you can take these 4 intuitive thinkers and break them down, but I think that this is sort of a thread that holds them all together. So when it comes to careers, they are good at anything that has to do with, let's say, logic, math, science. So they could obviously be good researchers, but they could be good, let's say, computer programmers. They would be the type of individuals who might even study, let's say, rocket science. And so these are people, even when you look at, let's say, someone like Einstein, we talk about theoretical physics. So all this, it really, like, it has to do with bringing forth new ideas. And when it comes to this group, they usually have high IQs, so they usually stand out even in history. So you will remember a lot of these intuitive thinkers in history that actually brought forth new ideas. Now, it doesn't mean that other personality types who are left brain dominant cannot be good at math and science, but it's just taking it to a whole new level when you actually look at what the intuitive thinkers have brought forth throughout history. So I trust that this information was interesting. Maybe you learned something. If you did, please click on the like button, subscribe to my channel, and we will talk soon.